Hello, everyone. Today we will reflect on this topic of master of the self or ruler of the self. There is very often this tendency to try and control others or to try and control situations on a small scale or on a bigger scale. But the spiritual angle is when you have rulership or mastery over the self, then it becomes much more easy to interact and to deal with external situations, and maybe even naturally there will be more cooperation from situations with you. And so instead of focusing on others and on situations, maybe we can bring the attention back to self. Now, what is this master over the self? It means we have, for example, sense organs, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, touch, the ears. Are we masters over these sense organs? Or is this tongue ruling us? What goes in the mouth and what goes out the mouth? Do we have control over that? Do we have control over what we hear, what we listen to? Which information do we allow ourselves to listen to and penetrate? Our eyes, can we see and not see? But all of this suggests that there is actually an inner being, one who is using these senses. This mouth doesn't talk by itself. These eyes don't see for itself. There is one who is using these eyes to see. A being who is thinking, feeling, experiencing, the soul. Now the soul is the real self. I'm not this bodily being. I'm not these eyes or this mouth. This is the vehicle or the costume. And the invisible being of consciousness is using this costume to interact, to express, to experience. The soul is the real self. And so the soul also has a mind. Mind is that ability to create thoughts, that ability to have certain intentions, where attitude emerges, where feelings and emotions emerge, where desires emerge, where aim emerges. That is that more subtle faculty, invisible, but that ability of the soul to create thoughts and feelings and all those things that we mentioned. To have awareness, that is also a function of the mind, stored in the mind. And then also we have this ability to discern, to decide, to analyze, what is called the intellect. Now, master, ruler of the self means this mind is under my control. This mind is not producing useless thoughts and lots of waste or cyclical thoughts or destructive thoughts. This mind is producing noble thoughts and constructive thoughts. Intentions are clean, feelings are refined and positive and even noble feelings, because the intellect has wisdom, higher wisdom, God's wisdom. And so to rule the self means to rule the mind with a wise intellect. And then the subconscious also gets cleaned, decluttered. And then the sense organs and the body can be used for a useful purpose. Ruler of the self. So when we are rulers of the self, masters of the self, we will not say anything that is destructive. We will not say, oh, I didn't mean to, but it just happened. I don't want this, but it just happened. There won't be addictions, for example, also. All the actions at all levels, at the level of thought and feelings, of the level of using the senses and the body, they will be for what is beneficial for all involved. And so when there is mastery of the self, there will be manners, there will be natural honesty and integrity and modesty and humility, not subservience, but egolessness. And that will naturally attract the cooperation and the love and the trust from others. And so let's take a few moments to reflect and turn the attention inwards and check, am I master over the senses? Am I master of the mind? And what gives authority to become master is spiritual wisdom and God's wisdom and the awareness of the self as a spiritual being. And so just let us come back and revise this basic awareness, soul awareness, soul consciousness. And just take a moment. Let us become aware of our existence right here at this moment as a non-physical, immortal, spiritual being of light who is ruling the body, who is operating the senses, who is guiding the mind in that awareness of observer, of a trustee. What is the best way to use the mind? Creating refined, noble thoughts and feelings. And the first noble thoughts and feelings to have is about self. The real self is this living light. One who is a player. One who plays this game of human life, but belongs to the dimension beyond, the soul world. That home of stillness and silence and light. One who belongs to God. And for a few moments, just hold this image in the mind of a tiny star, living light, pure, peaceful, innocent, clean. Lovely. being of light. And also to realize that everyone else is also this tiny star, the living light. And so hold this for a few moments, these feelings, this awareness, this image in your mind. Peaceful, serene, living light. This is the real self. Whatever happens in the physical dimension, we eternally remain this living light, the immortal, imperishable soul. Thank you and have a good day being the master, the ruler of the inner kingdom, ruler of the self. Have a good day.